Welcome everyone. This is Answer Financials. In this video, you'll be learning graphics design basics, all right, using your mobile or smartphone graphics design masterclass. In this video, you'll be learning the history of graphics design, all right. You'll also be discovering the redefinition of design, all right, types of design, all right, and also you'll be getting graphics design fully explained, fully disintegrated. All right. So you also be appreciating traits of an excellent graphics designer. All right. And you would be learning from this video why graphics design is so necessary in today's world. Why is graphic design so necessary in today's world? All right. Then we'll also be appreciating the different interpretations to different colors as it relates to business. Different interpretations to different colors as it relates to business. Then we'll also be getting how to effectively position our graphics design skill profitably. How to effectively position our graphics design skill profitably. Then we'll also be getting effective graphic design workflow structure. We'll be getting the tools required for all levels of creativity. Then lastly, there will be practical demonstrations with each app that we'll be recommending in this video. So let's get down. All right, so let's get down to the history of graphics design. The history of graphics design. So now, historically, graphic design is actually as old as life is. All right, it is as old as life is. And the importance of actually finding out the history of graphic design is so that you can know the position you occupy as a graphic designer. All right, there is a powerful position every graphics designer occupies. And if you actually look at the how that graphics design had been responsible for culture, has been responsible for human behavior, has been responsible for habit creation, has been responsible for branding, has been responsible for so many things. I mean, life has always run by a design. There is a blueprint that runs this life. All right. So everything that is seen today, whether today, yesterday, and that will be seen tomorrow, all of them can only manifest by a design. They can't just appear. There has to be a design that brings them out into reality. And when they are brought out, the ideology that built it helps to create human culture. All right. So now, yes, graphics design in today's world is digital, but it has not always been so. Okay. And the thing is, graphics design has been, in ages past, it has been done with either with the hand, all right? It has been either maybe men molded or they sculpted or they used sharp objects to design stones or do whatsoever. All right, now take a look at this video here. This picture. All right, and look at this now. This here. All right, so this stuff that you're looking at here is actually what do I call it now? It's like an object. It's like a wood that was used to scribble certain things. All right, and these things that are scribbled here actually are transactions. Then they didn't have alphabets, they didn't have numbers. So, but they had symbols. All right, so these symbols actually connote something. So they didn't write in sentences, they wrote in symbols. So a transaction can happen between Mr. A and Mr. B, and a symbol will be scribbled on the floor or scribbled on a wood. And that wood will now become the evidence that a transaction was performed. All right. Now, look, another one is, look at something like this. Something like this, in time past, this was what life looked like. All right, you see stones. There's one other one I saw that fingers were on a rock. All right, so this is exactly what graphics design looked like in as of old. All right. Now, it is said that China was the first to start designing on paper, while others even say that King Richard II of England was actually the first to instruct for businesses to adopt a logo system of identification. Yeah, So King Richard II was the first to instruct that. Why? Because people were having confusion as to how to identify the houses of those that they were buying things from. And so King Richard made it mandatory that it was not like there was a business sense to that instruction. It was just for easy accessibility by people, all right, by customers to be able to locate them. That's just the reason behind making such a declaration. But after of having observed the implication of such instruction, how that it actually influenced more sales, it actually made for profitability, it actually made for large scale business and what have you, boom, then modern graphic design was born. Now, it is important to know that the mind of a designer is the womb that has bettered today's level of civilization, digitalization, and globalization. The mind of the designer has actually been the womb that bettered today's level of civilization. All right. So at every point in time, you check, there was a design that led to change. All right. There was a design that led to at the Stone Age, or in the Stone Age, men got tired of the kind of the cave life. They got tired of the form of existence they had, and so there was need for them to redesign what life would look like. And that continual pursuit for a better design led to civilization, and also continual pursuit for a better design also led to digitalization. And today the world is highly globalized. All right. Now, visuals are so powerful that they can affect men's behavior. They can affect the way that men respond to things. All right, visuals have a way of building. In fact, they have a way of steering emotions. All right, there are certain things you see today. Anytime you see them, you feel in a particular way. And there are certain things you see today. You feel negative or you feel positive, or they excite you or they annoy you. All right, or they remind you of an experience you had or whatsoever. So visuals are very powerful, and that's what graphic design is all about. All right. So basically, one obvious fact about past and future designs is that they are cyclical. What does that mean? That means that design has either been a repetition or they have been an improvement of themselves. All right. So imagine this design that is here today, that is here on the screen. All right. A man holding fish with something like an arrow and standing on a rock. All right. Now, in today's world, it will be more the cloud will be more better. All right. This one looks like a paint, but in today's world, it will be more better. Everything will look so real and tangible. All right, but yeah, this was what they had at such time. So let's look at definition of. And okay, it's important to also note that there was some level of artistry in the 1440s, in the 1550s, in the 1660s, 1880s. All right, and so right now let's go to definition of graphics. Of design. What does it mean? Now, a design simply is not an artistic flair. All right, a design has nothing to do with that you can draw. All right, being able to draw is very good, is an advantage. But not having the skill does not mean you are disadvantaged. All right, creativity essentially has nothing to do with the ability to draw. I tell you, you can actually have an ability to draw and yet you are not creative. All right, so it is not really talent operation, but conceptualization. Not just about a superb ability, but a mind tasking process. All right, is about mental engagement. It's about imagination. It's about putting your imagination to work. You see, the word imagination actually means image nation. All right, so it goes by, there are two words in that word imagination, image nation. And what that means is there are a lot of images in that place called imagination. All right, so it's a nation of images. Your mind is always producing images. Your mind, just like you have the video camera, like this one now that is capturing me. All right, it's capturing. It's for me to be able to talk and it's capturing me. The rate at which it's capturing is faster than the usual one-time capture. All right, so now the same thing happens in your mind produces billions of pictures per day. All right, billions of pictures. So the fact that you have an imagination is proof that you can be creative. Design is a well thought out motive that becomes a project, a blueprint that must be carried out in line with design process. Yeah, a well thought out motive. That's what a design is. It is first a motive. It is first a motive. All right. The chair you are sitting on today is first a motive. All right. The phone you are looking at today, you are seeing me from, it was first a motive. All right. The camera you are holding is first a motive. Everything that is tangible was first a motive, was first intangible in the mind. All right. But the mind kept designing, the mind kept designing, the mind kept designing, and as it kept designing around that motive, it kept improving on the motive. From a motive, it became a project, and from a project, it became a process to better the project had to be created. So design is a well thought out motive that becomes a project. So it could be the motive of your customer. It could be your own motive. It could be the motive of a friend that wants you to design for them. It could be anybody's motive with respect to their business, with respect to their family, with respect to celebrations, with respect to anything whatsoever. So it's first a motive that becomes a project that has to be bettered through what? A design process. All right. So now the design is always different from the process that leads to it. Very, very vital. You know that design is different from the process. The process has to do with the workflow, all right, the structure, all right, the step-by-step system that the designer puts in place to help him design anything at a faster speed, at a higher speed, and more efficient format. All right. So now, if there is no process to what you are designing, it is not. It can't qualify as a design. It's only an art, because there's no art. There's no real process to artistic work. All right, there might be process, but it's not. Arts has to do with just putting down what is in your mind, whatever your mind can capture. But design is a bit different. Design has to be systematic. It's systematic because it deals with other people. All right, it deals with other people. Though there might be a bit of system in art, but design is a bit more harder. All right, so having a process justifies your design. All right, now not only does it justify your design, it actually makes you more believable. It actually makes you more convincing to your prospect. Not only that, it actually brings you more job opportunities. All right, because you do your every job you do them very fast. All right, and highly efficient. And aside that, it will make your presentation very easy when there's a process to it. Whenever you are to explain what you are designing to, or what you have designed to your client, it will be very easy because there's a process that led to it. So the process helps you to create this story that was responsible for the design that you have. All right. So now moving on. Designs are meant to be interpreted by all in the same way. Yeah, everybody is meant. A logo is a logo in Nigeria. The meaning of a logo in Nigeria ought to be the meaning of a logo in Ghana, ought to be the same meaning of a logo in America. Whatever the logo communicates, just like Apple. All right, Apple. Whenever you see Apple that is being beaten from the side, you know that deals with Apple product. That's Apple company. Their phones, their laptops, everything, whatever they produce, that's them. All right, so it means the same thing everywhere. It produces the same emotion everywhere. Everybody ought to interpret a design as the same. But art doesn't go that way. The same thing can mean different things to different people when it is art. But design, everybody must see it as the same. So next is types of design. Now, basically, from your screen, you can see that there's a political design, there's a architectural design, there's a So there's political design, all right? There's architectural design, there's agricultural design, there's spiritual design, there's business models, there's product design, there's fashion design, all right? And even beyond that, apart from fashion design, there's also web design, there is technological design, and we have game design, we have graphic design, and much more. All right? Now, all these are there's a design. For instance, if you want to design for a political aspirant, you don't do it the same way with one who is who's involved into architectures. All right, so the design is different. The design is different. All right, basically the principles might be the same, but the design is different. The path to creating the design also will be unique to whatever field you are in. So there are all kinds of design, right? But we'll be like from our topic, we're focusing on what? Graphics design. So what is the definition of graphics design? Now, graphics design is number one, a process that must be well established in your mind. It is number one, what? A process. And as a process, it means that it's not, you don't just start designing, just like you start drawing. No, you don't just start designing. There has to be brainstorming, there has to be thinking, there has to be gathering of information, there has to be mood boarding, all right? You have to gather the things you need, you have to get all the information you need from your clients, you have to get everything you need before you can start what? Designing, all right? So, so the next one is visual communications. Every design, every graphic design is about visual communications. It's about what people see. It's about helping people to see what the company is all about, helping people to see what the project is all about, helping people to see what the advert is all about, helping people to see the same thing that they ought to see from every perspective, helping them to see what the celebration, what the wedding, whatever it is, whatever they are designing for, all right, helping them to see what it's all about, all right. And also it's about problem solving, because as a graphic designer, you're a problem solver. You solve problems for people. How do you solve that problem? Number one, you solve it through what? Photography. Number two, you solve it through what? Typography. And number three, you solve it through illustrations. So there are some certain illustrative tools that I'll be sharing with you as we continue. All right. So now, next thing is traits of an excellent graphics designer. So what are the qualities that a person must have to qualify as an excellent graphics designer? Number one is what? Passion and drive. See, graphic design, quite all right, it's something that it's lovely, all right, when you see yourself creating things that that was not there initially, but by your mind and your skillfulness, you create certain. It's a beautiful thing, but the process that leads to it might be a bit tedious. So you require passion and drive to be able to do that. It's a sacrificial process. All right. Many times when you're designing for yourself, you might design certain things and you don't like it, or you might as you're designing for a customer and they come with certain feedbacks. Not only are they unstructured, but they might be annoying. I'm telling you. So, and you've tried to make them see the point and they're not seeing it. So it's a journey of passion. It's a journey of love. Number one. So every true graphic designer must have passion and drive for whatever they are designing. Number two, they must be open-minded. All right. So what does it mean to be open-minded? You must have a great ear. All right. You must have a good ear. You must be able to listen effectively to your client. Understand what they really want you to do. Don't just do what you see. Knowing how to draw is for you. Nobody cares that you know how to draw. What they want to know is that you can draw what they want you to draw. And that's what they're paying you for. And so having a good ear helps you to get that done at a shorter pace. All right? You get that done. So now, listen. Vulnerability is not weakness in designing. That you may seem to be vulnerable, that you may seem to be open and you collect everything, you hear everything. No. It's not. It's actually strength. That's the truth. In fact, that's where more of your recommendations will come from, because people will tell their friends, that guy is a good listener. Everything I told him to do, that's exactly what he did for me. So the next one is what? Communication. All right, communication. So you must communicate with your clients to understand their intent. Listen to their own, ask them questions that will make them explain their stories in different ways, so that you can really capture the picture that they're trying to present. All right. Then you must also be able to negotiate with them with respect to maybe pricing and what have you. All right. So next one is a natural knowledge thirst. Every designer must have a heavy knack for knowledge. They must have a heavy thirst for knowledge. They must pursue it. So knowledge with respect to knowing what designs, all right, are going on around them. Knowledge with respect to conducting research around customers' work. All right. Knowledge with respect to knowing how to best innovate. All right. Knowing how to best innovate and produce exceptionally what the customer wants. All right. Next one is creativity. Yes, you might not be an artist, but you must be creative. All right. Everybody by design is creative. By the fact that you have imagination, I mean, you can create anything with your mind. You can picture. You can. I mean, in fact, that's the cheapest thing you can do. Is the easiest thing to do, to picture things. Have different kinds of picture. You can create them in split seconds with your mind. All kinds of. As it's talking to you, your mind is picturing it. You have the first picture, second picture, third picture, fourth picture, and so on and so forth. So creativity is a must. All right. For you. All right. So And what helps you to be really creative, the secret to creativity is not that you are creative, is that you are attentive. Yeah. So the secret to creativity is not that you are creative, but you are attentive. So your attentiveness is what actually helps you to create that which your customer likes. And when that is done, he qualifies you as a creative person. I mean, that's really what you want. Yeah. So you can be creative without being talented. Yeah, you can. All right. So creating mental sketches and with a pencil or any maybe a pad, all right, anything whatsoever, helps you to really get your job done. So another one too is as an excellent graphic designer, you must be able to absorb criticism. All right. So you must have enough shock absorber to be able to take insult, to be able to take any kind of thing that comes your way, criticism, whatsoever, the way he will tell you, whatever they will tell you, it doesn't matter. See, they are paying you. All right. So you listen, you understand. All right. And the more you actually listen, the more you hear, you really be able to understand their pain point. And when you understand their points of pain, then you can be able to design around that pain by so doing, solving the pain they are feeling. All right. So next one is, as a designer, you must be what? Patient. All right. So until you achieve the target of your client, do not be satisfied. So be patient with the process. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the customer, the client. Be patient with whoever is telling you to design for them. Just be patient. Patience can also qualify as resilience. Right? Resilience with, until I get it done, I'm not done. I will keep at it. All right. So next one is self-doubt. A bit of self-doubt is good. All right. Now, self-doubt does not mean that you look down on yourself, and it also means that you're not full of yourself. You know you can do it, but at the same time, you give room to be able to accommodate the fact that you might not be good in certain areas. And so you need to be able to, through good listening, understand what they need, go out and search for it, get it done. All right. So consistency. This particular point, I mean, is the real core to designing. Consistency. Because what makes for expertise is exposure, continual exposure to a thing. So keep at it. Regardless of the fact that you do the first one, is you don't like it, forget. The first design I did was bullshit. I mean, I didn't care. Second design was bullshit. I didn't care. Third design was I just didn't care. Listen, I had a target as to where I'm going. So I just kept designing. I kept doing it. And the more frustrated I get, I don't just give up. I actually make sure until I get the solution, the frustration can't just waste, because it's a blessing in disguise. The fact that you're frustrated in a particular area means that there are so many more things to learn. So keep at it. So next one is an excellent designer is always updated. This point is very vital. If you are not always updated as a designer, you have no future. So you must be very updated per time. Understand what's the latest app they're using. Understand what's the best. In fact, if you check church designs, all right, of old, you see that their logos used to be in a particular way, full of Bible, this and that. But if you see Daystar's logo, you'll be wowed. If you look at Harvester's church logo, you'll be wowed. All right. So their logos have gone. There are different styles. So a pastor can tell you to design the logo for him, and you start going to put Bible. This, if that is what they want, beautiful. But there could be more. All right. And life is continually changing. Okay. So next is the next thing we have to consider is, why is graphics design so necessary in our time? Why is graphics design so necessary in our time? Now, listen to this. The first one is human government or human governance, the governance of humanity. At every point in time, like I said earlier in this video, that design has been necessary, has been very, very strategic in determining how human beings are influenced in business, in politics, with respect to spiritual engagement, that's churches. Design, there's always a design that creates, that helps to influence human responses in particular areas. If you look at the political area, there are certain things people see, and they know that this is what politics, or this is the field of politics. There are certain things people see, they know that this one is business, and what have you. So, but design has been very, very vital with respect to controlling human behavior. So next is human dispositions. It helps us to create and nurture our culture. Yeah, it helps to create. Now, there were certain things that we never used to use, but today we'll not use them. How did we? Okay, imagine Facebook. Before Facebook, nobody knew about chatting, or we just loved our phones. We sent text messages, we make calls. But there was a period when for 6 days, was it 6 days or 6 hours, that Facebook was not operating. People nearly ran mad. Why? Because they have so built their life around Facebook, their businesses on Facebook, their family members on Facebook, their contacts that they have. There are so many details they have on Facebook that they can't allow, that Facebook just can't crash now. Why? Because their destiny, their life has been built on it. Now, but Facebook was not always there. How did we become so Facebook crazy? Design. It creates and nurtures culture. Next one is digital marketing. All right, you can't be an effective digital marketer without what? A graphic designer. All right, so yes, ability to drive traffic, all right, happens by design. It happens by design. Happens by the kinds of graphic designs you put out. The next one is another reason why it's so vital is creation of companies. Like I mentioned Facebook. All right, apart from Facebook, you have other companies like TikTok. You even have media-based companies like AIT, Silverbird, DSTV, so many things. So all these businesses are built around graphics design. They are built around, because they have to be on screen. And even what I'm doing right now, all right, so design is basically part of life. It is part of life. Now, another important thing is why it is so vital is that there are jobs that people can get from it. And because of the jobs that people can get from it, it's a problem solver. It's a problem solver. So having an ability to create powerful graphics can get you a job as a social media manager. All right, can get you jobs on or work on Upwork, can get you work on Fiverr, it can get you work on big companies like Samsung, Apple. All right, so the first person that designed, I think I saw an article where certain information were written about the first person that designed the first logo of Apple. But Steve Jobs did not quite like that. So I think after a year or so, he now called another person to design. But so if those guys didn't know how to design, would they have gotten that job? No, they wouldn't have gotten that job. Okay, yeah. So next is talent monetization. So one of the importance of graphic design is that it helps you to monetize your talent. All right. So before that you can your talent with respect to ebook creation. So let's say you're a designer right now and you've written your book content. All right. So even writing your content, you need to know a bit about. You need to know maybe at least Microsoft. All right. But there are certain things, structures, the way you place them there. All of that has to do with design and your front cover, back cover, middle cover. All right. Or even the interface of your pages, the pages your book will look like. You can design. There are things you can do with them. All right. That will make them look very beautiful. All right. So next one is a smooth presentation. It makes for now like all these things I've been doing with you so far. All right. I had to design them. I designed them and I brought them to PowerPoint. Put them here so that it will be easy for me to present to you. All right. So that as I'm talking, you are seeing me and you're also seeing some of the things that I'm presenting from. All right. So next one is creative leisure moments. It is very graphic design is very important. Why? Because of creativity. You can use it to catch fun. Let's say you don't want to earn from it. It can help you to those moments when you are free. Those are the things that you can use to while away time in a profitable way. All right. So next is color interpretations through business lens. All right. So as a designer, you must understand what color means, especially as it pertains to business. You must understand what colors mean. So you can't just go and use you can't go and use a red color, all right, for You can't go and use a red color for what kind of business now do I mention? Okay, for instance, Word Consult, we have our own color. All right, our colors are yellow, black, and white. All right, yellow, black, and white. So we couldn't have used red. Though there are some companies that are using red. All right, like Airtel, that's red. All right, strategic outsourcing, that's red. Now they many, everybody have their own colors, but you must understand what they mean so that when you use them as it pertains to your particular client. So colors has both physical and psychological effect on people. Yeah, when you see yellow, all right, even if much is not said, you see yellow all over the place. You would easily think that is MTN. All right, when you see green all over the place, you would think is either Etisalat or is either glow, especially the shade of green. Darker green deals with Etisalat, light green deals with glow. All right, when you see different colors, all right, when you see yellow and black, you know that's Word Consult. All right, when you see, I think, a mix of 4 colors, red, blue, yellow, and one other color like that, you know that's Goggle. All right, that's Goggle. When you see blue all over the place, you can think that that's Facebook. So, and such colors produce certain emotions in you. It produces certain emotions in you. Now, thoughtful use of color can increase work efficiency levels, right? In a particular company. So when a particular client tells you to use a particular color, maybe they've come to understand that certain colors can help their workers become more effective when they see them. So dark colors can weaken them, bright colors can excite them, and so they expect you to use bright colors and not dark colors, especially for what they want to use inside. Even as a painter, all right, whatsoever, you must understand the implication of colors. All right, it aids. Another thing about colors is that it aids the retention of data. All right. It aids easy retention of data. So when you see color, you know the particular company it connects with, and the emotion that you will always have, that the emotion you had at the beginning when you met with that company, it keeps repeating itself in your mind anytime you see that color. Anytime you see that color, you know, wow, this is this. Wow, this is this. Wow, this is this. All right, and so it helps in branding. Now, all right, another thing is, so for the utilization of color to be successful and beautiful and most effective, it should be an integral part of the design process. So as a designer, you should know from beginning, these are the colors, or this is the one color I will need to use, maybe white or 2 colors, white and blue, that's maybe Facebook, or whatever color, or white, yellow, black, that's Word Consult. So as a designer, you are designing for Word Consult, you must have these 3 colors. You can't afford to use yellow. You can't afford to use brown for us. You can't afford to use red. As beautiful as it is not our brand. So you must maintain our color as our designer, as one employed to design for Word Consult. Another thing too is consistency of color and color matching should be carefully monitored to ensure the desired effect is achieved. Yeah. In every part of either you are designing a logo, you are designing a flyer, all right, you are designing a cover, ebook cover, you are designing a movie cover, you are designing whatever you are designing, all right, whatever you are designing, color flow, color matches must be established so that the message can be gotten most cheaply. So let's look at some colors and their meaning. Now, on your screen, you can see a red flower. What does that signify? It can mean anger. It can mean fire. It can mean danger. All right. It basically is used as warning signals by government. All right. You see in some areas as a driver, you see no U-turn. All right. They put their inverted C-like arrow. All right, with a black line crossing it. That's no movement. All right. So warning signals are most likely. Red is usually used for warning signals, but also with respect to business is an attention grabber. So you will notice that many times whenever the buttons that the color that people use in their graphics design or their web design, all right, their web, the part where they call you to action, where they tell you, okay, buy, is actually a red button. All right, something sharp, something attractive, something that steers your emotion and then makes you take action. All right, red color. So as a designer, you must know that when you're designing for somebody, maybe their web, what they want to put on their web. All right. So the next color is brown. All right. Brown it signifies comfort. All right. It can also mean dullness. It means practicality. Practicality. You know, brown is kind of what furnitures will use. All right, furniture makers. All right, because it projects comfort, and so it projects. It projects dullness, it projects practicality, it projects reliability, it projects nature. It makes, in fact, I think brown is what law firms also use with respect to their particular choice of color. Next one is yellow. Yellow signifies illumination. It signifies clarity. It speaks of analyticalness. All right. So whenever you see yellow in word consort, all right, it speaks of the fact that we are everywhere. Like glow using yellow, all right. Though yellow also means arid, as you can see from the skin, it means arid, dry, it means sickly, all right. But it's connected to solar, and so because solar is everywhere, so everywhere you go, that's probably one of the reasons why MTN used yellow, but that's also one of the reasons why we are using yellow in word consort, because international, we are going global. We are not just here, and even our mission, which has to do with raising global financial giants. So whatever we're doing it from a point of being global and not just local. All right. So why it signifies efficiency? It signifies simplicity. It signifies fairness. It signifies order. All right. So it can go with justice. In fact, white is also in our logo. All right, so it projects us as simple people. It projects us as people of justice. It projects us as people of integrity. All right, of people that you can trust any day. You can count with whatever you give to us. All right, whatever we promise to give you will be done. All right. So another one is magenta. This one signifies practicality and spirituality. All right. Next one is indigo. Indigo signifies integrity. It signifies sincerity. It's structure, realistic activities. So those are the brands that use them. I think this indigo is what they use in Rabina. The company that makes Rabina. That's what they use as their part of the color they use. All right. So next one is turquoise. It signifies balance and excitement. Balance and excitement. All right. So it also signifies good communication skill and self-expression. All right. Next one is blue. All right. And blue signifies strength, calmness, reliability, honesty, trust. Now you can see Microsoft and Facebook. Those are their color, blue. All right. So trust, calmness, strength, honesty, trust. That's what they're projecting by using that color as their brand. All right. Next one is orange. It signifies adventure, excitement, enthusiasm, optimism. Sorry. All right. It signifies sociable. That's what I want is sociable. It signifies that something is doable, affordable. Black. This one it signifies death, mourning. All right. It might be used by coffee makers or coffee sellers. All right. Foreboding. But beyond the sad aspect, it signifies elegance. It signifies power. It signifies authority. And that's what it means in our logo. Power, elegance, authority. Authority. So we are authority in whatever we are doing. We are not whatever we stand on, whatever we go into, we must end up as authorities in it. All right. So as yellow, we are everywhere. As black, the black there means we are an authority. All right. So next is pink. All right. So pink is mainly used by fashion designers. It's a feminine color. All right. So next one is gold. Gold speaks of luxury, prestige, wisdom, beauty, generosity. All right. It speaks of beauty, luxury, wealth. So like car producing companies can use it. All right. They can use it in producing some of their cars. All right. So next one is green. Green speaks of serenity. Interestingly, it speaks of jealousy. It speaks of jealousy. It speaks of that's poison with respect to green snake in a green grass. But it actually speaks of health because this is what medicals use. Many times, medicals use green in their logo. Healing, it signifies fruitfulness. For churches, green would mean this is what it means. All right. So gray. Now, gray means stateliness. All right. A state of high level calmness, beauty, and what have you. All right. It actually goes more with business brands. Gray. Gray is refined, is neutral. All right, is neutral because that's what many businesses want to project. They don't want to project spiritual affiliations. All right, that we are connected to our Muslims or we are whatever. No, we are just businessmen. And so when you're coming to deal with us, you are dealing with us as businessmen. We are neutral. So it means we are conservative. It signifies conservativeness. It signifies security. We are secure. We ensure your security. All right, as business people. That's what gray means, and it communicates reliability also. So next is silver. Silver is calm. Silver is uplifting and in a way mysterious. All right. So next is purple. Purple speaks of melancholy. All right, or dignity, or mysticalness. All right, it also speaks of wealth, quality, fantasy, creativity. This is used mainly by churches. Mountain of Fire, that's their color, purple. Okay, now here are some logos. This is Google here. So for Google, you can see red. All right, you can see yellow, you can see green, you can see blue. So there are 4 colors. But they can actually be 5, all right? The white at the center, all right? Or white is the background. So now this one is, you can see this is a Apple logo. And Apple logo, this was their first logo here that was designed. I can't remember the person that designed it, okay? So if you can see, this is Apple here. As if you look at your screen very well, this is Apple. So this was their first logo. Here is computer that is written here. So this was their first logo, but Steve Jobs didn't quite like it, and so called the other person to help them design this particular one. And so when they designed it, he loved this one. And you can see gray is the color, which is neutralness, security. We are here for you. We are here to ensure your satisfaction. Then on the third one you can see is what? Nigerian logo. Nigerian quote. I'm sorry. These white horses. All right. Black shield. All right. You can see a red eagle, the green and green and white handle on which the eagle is standing. The soil is green. All right. Green grasses with red flowers. Then ribbon, yellow ribbon and black. I think there are about 5 colors here with respect to Nigerian, and each of them have their meaning, considering what the meaning I have given to you that each color mean. All right, so here you have our logo. You have this the yellow, so you have this the yellow one, yellow, this the black, and the background white. So here you have Akmana. Akmana is green, black, and that. Okay, how can you position your skill profitably as a graphics designer? So, all right, so if you have been getting value from this video so far, and I think it's actually a good thing if you give it a thumbs up and you share so that others can get the value you are getting. And also you can go as far as clicking the subscribe button and the bell button so that you get video anytime we post videos here every week. Thank you. One sure way to position your skill profitably as a graphics designer is number 1, work for free. Work for free. All right, work for free. So work within your sphere of influence. Do it for free for them. And also you can create awareness while strengthening your skill as you're working for free. That's what happens when you're working for free. Number 2, you can join a team. All right, WCI has an opening. Our company has an opening. We're looking for team members that will be resourceful. So as a graphic designer, you are highly welcome to our team, as long as you are willing to learn, you know what you are doing, and you are good at taking instructions and doing whatever needs to be done. You are welcome. All right, even where you work. So that's a form of team. You can be resourceful there. All right. So, and while you're doing that, you can create awareness. Then thirdly, you can post on social media. All right, Facebook and Instagram, or build credibility by posting your work on your social media handles: Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, all right, LinkedIn, and so on and so forth. So next one, you can build a community of designers. So, and you can, how you do that is you might organize after you have become good, you can organize free trainings, all right, for the highest possible skill they gather, and you keep training them and you make them to become part of your team. All right, part of the platform where you offer training once in a while on Facebook. And as you do that, you are building more people are coming in, and so by so doing you build build a powerful team, and that can help you to easily scale or make sales at every point in time. All right. So next is you can join other designers on Behance. Behance is an app owned by Adobe, so you can join them. They are a host of so many things they are doing there. I think Behance, and I think Adobe Cloud too. Yeah, you get so many resourceful tools. They are not for free, but you can learn from them. That's the point of going there, not to copy and paste, but to learn from them and design your own. All right. So create a business account on Fiverr and on Upwork. Upload your work there. Tell them, speak to them about yourself. Talk, have your credentials well posted there. Next one, you can create a YouTube channel. All right, post your copyrighted work there. All right, work for other YouTubers while you are doing that. As you're projecting yourself on YouTube, on YouTube, other people will see you and want you to do work for them. You can also put up some of your copyrighted design for sale. All right, so now you can also then work as a social media manager. All right, so particular companies will employ you to manage their businesses for them. So next is effective graphic designers workflow structure. So there's a structure that brings about all the highest designs, all the beautiful designs you are seeing. So the actually 4 of them. So the first one is definition, followed by creation, followed by feedback, followed by delivery. Okay, so let's start with creation. All right, so let's start with definition. There are four of them. Okay, so and each of them is actually 4, but there are subsets of 9 under it. So, but under definition, I think we have about 3. So let's start with the first one. Step 1, creative brief. All right, so your creative brief. In your creative brief, you are focused on your client. You are trying to understand what exactly they need, and you have it written down. All right, you get every detail. At least 1 or 2 pages should cover everything that your client needs. So you write them down, well written down, make them bullet points. All right. Then also you do background check info of your client, check their market. All right. You also check out their unique selling points. All right. What makes their product sell? What makes their product to be in high demand? Find that out. Also have a clear objective. All right, of what exactly your client wants, the exact thing they want. Don't so that you know, even if you exceed it, whether in fact understand their personality also to know whether it's exactly what they want or a bit or enhanced version of what they want. All right, so target the audience of your client. So when you are designing, as you are getting all this information, you are looking at, you're also studying the audience. If they have social media handles, you can check out what the comments of their customers. All right, or just do an inquiry, do an on-ground, or even you can ask the client himself how their customers respond to them. What are the things that they have said before that made their customers to respond very well to them? All right, so you can also create an image through all the information you get. You will build an imaginary customer persona. All right, or buyer persona. Yeah. So next is under this creative brief is a position and major major competitors. That's find out their position in the market. What market share are they getting? What position are they occupying in the market? That's one. Number 2, who are their competitors? Get details about their competitors. What makes their competitors either win them, or what makes their competitors keep struggling to get to their level? Find out those things. Those things will help you to create a most powerful strategic design. All right. So next one is so help them while you understand. There are times when they might not be able to effectively communicate their idea. Help them to give expression to such ideas by asking questions. All right. Then find out the tone of voice of their business with respect to their customers. How do they speak to their customers? What are the exact words they use for their customers? What kind of pictures? What kind of colors? All right. Do they use for their customers? That's the tone of voice that they use in attracting their customers through their logos, through their adverts, through whatever. All right. Their budget. All right. So, but ask them what's their budget. Check out how much they have. All right. So, and to know, because the amount in a way can motivate you to create or not create. All right. So, and to help you to know the level of creativity that's required, the level of research that you need to do, so as not to overwork yourself for a little amount of money. The next one is find out the timeline. So, what time do they want it done? All right. And have a plan to get it done. So that's for the first first one. So the second one, now for the first one, like I said, what you can see on the screen, you can see SWOT analysis. That's strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Now find out their strength, your client now, their strength, find out their weakness, find out their opportunities, find out their threat in business. Also for their competitors, find out their strength, find out their weaknesses, find out their opportunities, find out their threat. That can help you to create a most effective design. All right. So step 2, graphics design research. That's step 2. So, and in respect to graphics design research, and almost how do you now get some of these information about their competitors? One sure way to get it is through Google. Google their competitors. Find out, especially if they are big, find out what makes them tick. All right. So to get more information from them, use tools like Keyword Planner and Google Analytics. This is Keyword Planner. Keyword Planner. Yeah. So this right here is Keyword Planner. Okay. Keyword. This is the logo on Play Store. Okay. Or you can use Google Analytics. Okay. This is what they use. Okay. Use it. Find out about them. Find out the kind of words their competitors use to win. Just get certain. These things will help you to get information. Then you can also use Google Map. You can use Google Map to identify where they are. That's the competitors of your customer. Then you can also use Alexa. You can use Alexa to get some more deep information about your customer. This is what Alexa looks like. This is Alexa right here. Okay, that's Alexa. Then you can use Yelp, all right, to get more reviews, get the things that people see about your competitor. Okay, you can use that. So, and here is what Yelp looks like. This is the app, Yelp. Okay, good. So, then the next one is if your client is selling a software on the app you can use if they are selling app or software. All right. So if your client has, if they are using a particular app or they are using website, so this one app you can use you can either use similar. This one is Similar Webs. All right. This one is Web Monitor. These are all of them are on Play Store, or you can also use similar apps. That's with respect to apps. Okay, to find out things about them. So now, next is after having gotten information about the competitors of your customer, check their blogs, check their websites, read up as many things as possible. Check out their logo, check out their design. All right, check out their team. All right, check their press mentions, check their interviews. All right, check their social media channels. All right, then sign up for their newsletter and download. That's with respect to your client now. Get more information. Even if they have ebooks, get them. Okay. All right. So let's go to step 3 now. Step 3 is mood boarding and brainstorming. So after having gotten everything that you need to get from your customer at the first one, creative brief. All right. So the next one is you do research. All right. Graphic design research. All right. So this third one is mood boarding. Mood boarding has to do with creating the mood for the design you want to do. All right. So, and how do you do that? It's a collection of visual materials. So you can that's why joining Behance can be very good. Joining Flickr can be very good. Joining different platforms where they connect with people and based on design can be very good, because you get good designs that might be connected to what your client wants. So you cannot design something unique for yourself. All right. So, so graphic design research for your market competition helps you to collate such materials. That's explaining mood boarding. All right. So next one, the first phase was the definition phase. This is the creation phase. So in the creation phase, we're moving to the fourth step, which is sketching and thumbnailing. So having gotten the creative brief, having done research with respect to graphics, having done research, having gotten your mood boards, all right, the materials as in similar materials that are close to what your clients want, that you can use to design around, then you can now start sketching, all right. So sketch your work. Sketching your work has a way of speeding up your work, enhancing your focus. Very, very true. Now, never start designing on your system or phone due to the distraction that comes with social media notifications. So at times you can be designing and all of a sudden, guys, you notice as I'm doing this video, certain calls were coming in. I don't know if the screen capture captured it. Okay. So next is except you activate do not disturb on your phone. All right. I had to activate that so that it won't make noise. It won't ring out. Okay, or you use a phone or system for work, meaning nothing social media on it. So yeah, that's only where it can actually work. Then nextly, oh, sorry, please. Next is it's better to actually start offline. So start offline with your creativity. Either get a notepad, that's paper, or maybe a phone, a device, but a notepad that you can use to do so many things that has nothing social media on it, so just that you can't get any notification or you can't even receive call. All right, it's just for the sake of design. Okay, so now if you still want to share, now by the time you are through sketching, all right, and you really want to share your sketch with your clients, all you need to do is you can do that with what we call Adobe Scan. This is it right here, Adobe Scan. Okay, so with Adobe Scan, you can be able to scan your sketch and send it to them to see if they affirm it. If they affirm it, good, you ride with that one. So we're moving on now. We're moving on to step 5. Okay, my step 5 here is not showing well. So let's continue because of time. All right, the video is already getting longer than necessary. So step 5 is design building or concept development. Design building or concept development. So now, how do you go about this? Come up with types of design. Having come up with the type of design that you want that your customer would likely want, and having given it to them, and they have kind of affirmed that particular design, then all you need to do is you would need a lot of graphic resources. And example of such graphic resources is you will need Pixabay. All right, you will need, Behance, they have, but those ones are copyrighted. You can't use them. So, but where you can get free resources are like Pixabay. You can get it also from Google. You can Google it. Though some of them are copyrighted, all right, but you can still, anyway, if they're copyrighted, you can just leave it. Go for the ones that are not copyrighted. So check Pixabay, check FreePic, all right, check which other place? I think there are some other ones. Even Canva. Canva has a free stock. So this is Pixabay here. This Pixabay, all right. They have some free stocks. This is WePick. They also have free stock there, right? So you can use any of what they have there. Then you can also use some. You can like on Canva. Once you subscribe, when you start using Canva, there are some free stocks. But when you subscribe, then you have access to all their free stocks, which can be as many as 5,000 or more. I don't know, or running to millions. All right, so millions of things that you can use that are free. All right, they permit you to do so. So you don't need to pay for them anymore. So the next thing we have to do is refining our design. So having sketched and having gotten certain free stocks, then a sketch is just what it is, a sketch. So it's time to refine. So now you can start by getting relatives from your feedback. You can start by getting feedback from your relatives. Sorry. Okay, so ask them questions. What do you think about this? What do you think I can do? Now, not just them. On Behance, some of those your designs that you have refined, put that there. See the kind of comments. So see what they will comment about it. All right, and whatever comments they give to you about it. If they are a critic, then get the criticism. Just get them. All right, and find how to make them useful or how to integrate them and post it again to see their comment. So, but basically, it's a give and take operation. So next one is feedback phase. So we are through with the definition phase, we are through with the creation phase. So we're now looking at the feedback phase. All right. So, but my setting, I didn't set this one well, and the time it would take me to do that, by the time I would do that, time has gone. So so feedback phase. All right. The first step, that's step 7 now, right? So that is presenting. Step 7, presenting. Feedback phase. Step 7, presenting. All right. So now the way you present your work will affect your number of revisions as well as the related feedback you get from your customer. The way you present it matters a lot. So it's not just about sending them emails. Okay, hello, I've done this. No. You can't just afford to send emails to them. They would need for you to do, you would need to do it in a way that it will profit you. How? Either one-on-one call or, either one-on-one meeting or a call. All right. That will give you an opportunity to fully explain to them what led you to creating what you have there and the story that they need to hear. Because the beauty, like I said, the process helps you to create the story, and when you have the story, it makes you to be more credible and more convincing to your clients. All right. So schedule that call them, find out what they think about your level, what you have done so far. Then the step 8 is revision. So having gotten feedback from them, some feedback can come good, some can come bad, but many times they are unstructured. So find a way to make them structured. Gather all of them and disintegrate them and rearrange them. Now give them a structure. Then now know what to do. From there you will now have something that you can use to create what your customer wants. So the last step, second to last one is, no, not the revision. I think I've just done this. The last phase is the delivery phase, which is the final phase. Okay, so delivery phase. The last phase is the delivery phase. All right, so that's step 9, final delivery. Now, after revision, an adjustment have been made and client's satisfaction has been reached. All right, so the next thing you're looking at is what? Payment. All right, so you discuss with customer, and it ought to have been discussed even before the journey started, right? That's in the creative brief. So with respect to budget. So what you now need to send to them is an invoice. So you need to either create it yourself or you meet some of these companies. So either you meet FreshBooks, they're on Play Store, though you pay a token, okay, FreshBooks or QuickBooks, okay, FreshBooks or QuickBooks, or you can even use Keeper, all right, or you can use Zero Accounting. Okay, so those are the apps that you can use. So next is tools for creativity. All right, so this one I will be very fast about that. So the first thing you can see here, you can see Snapper. All right, it's not an app, it's not on Play Store, it's a website. All right, so look at this. All right, so that's the site, snapper.com. You check it, you design. All right, next one is Canva. Okay, Canva too. They are a site and they are an app. Okay, they have an app that you can use to design. Very powerful things you can do with Canva. Powerful things you can do with Snapper. Snapper is almost the same, if not the same, with Canva. A lot of things, I'm telling you, that you can do with them. All right. So the next one is Fonto. This one you can use it for thumbnails. All right, thumbnails. You can use it to design front cover of some other things. All right. But basically thumbnails. Then you can this one Spark Post. All right. This one too, you can use it for designs. All right, designs, any kind of design, but it has limitation when compared against the Canva. Canva is their father in this area. All right. So next is, so we also have Adobe Photoshop. We have Adobe Express. All right. So this one you can do a lot of editing on pictures. You can clean, You can do powerful things with it. All right. InShot. InShot is not just for videos. You can also use it to design certain things. Some level of graphic design are available on InShot. CorelDRAW design. Okay. Though they are not as exact as the one on the system as on laptop, but they are still a level of design that one can achieve with them. Next one is remove BG. That's to remove background from pictures. Okay. So with respect to Adobe Photoshop, okay, there are things you can do with it. Okay. Now removing things from pictures, but removing background, that has to do with focusing on a particular object and removing anything around that object. Okay. So next one is PixArt. There's also a level of design you can do with it. It's also a video editor. Pixel Lab. Beautiful things you can do with them. You can give it your designs 3D dimensions. All right, anything whatsoever, pictures whatsoever. All right, anything you can do a lot of beautiful things with Pixel Lab. Okay, so next one is we have curve text. So this one is you can have a picture and you have text around that picture, not text going across, but text around. You know, just like the name goes, curve. You curve text into their ears, curve text into anyhow. You just do things with it. All right, pixel motion. Okay, this one is a graphic that you are giving. You are a graphic picture a graphic that you are giving motion. A particular aspect of that picture or whatever. You are creating a kind of GIF kind of look. All right. Yeah, on a particular part, I mark up for marking things up, right? So this button here, I used to use it for markup. Let's say maybe let me give you an instance. Okay, no, all right. The screen can't because I'm marking on it, so it can't allow for that. So next one is Procreate. This one doesn't work on Android. It works on Apple phones. Okay, this is a guide that they have. This one works a bit, but it can't be compared with the one on Apple. Snap mode for putting pictures on phone, to give it a phone look, to designing things around a phone. All right, putting yourself in a phone or giving your interface. That's giving it a background of phone, anything whatsoever, giving it a phone background. Okay, that's what it is for. So next is sketchbook. So sketchbook for sketching. As the name goes, it has so many pens, all right, different sizes of pen that you can use to sketch beautiful things. Okay, Adobe Photoshop cut, all right, combine. You can do a lot of cut creations. A lot of creativity goes with Adobe. This one is Photoshop mix, so you can mix many pictures, do many things. All right, so this one is Autodesk Sketchbook is a training. A training there means it's full of many trainings on how to use the sketchbook. All right, I think there's also an app called Autodesk that you also use for sketching. All right, so Adobe Comp for giving pictures 3D interface and what have you, and InDesign for designing, right, like drawing, just like sketchbook. Okay, Adobe Capture for illustrations too. Okay. So all these, the reason why I put all this in here is so that you can see what the apps look like. So when you try to download them, you will know the exact one to download. Okay. Infinite design. All right. Still for illustrations, for drawing and doing a lot of things. Free Procreate, I think, is a mistake. I have it doubled. Then you can use Telegram for designs. You can use Facebook for design. You can use Instagram. You can use Snapchat. Okay, for design, just small design. Now here are some of the designs we've done. This one was designed by Mr. Emmanuel, okay, and this was done with Spark Post. This is it here, Spark Post. Okay, this one was designed with Fonto, okay, thumbnail, okay. This one was designed with Canva. It was designed with Canva, but this mockup structure is smartmockup.com that I used in doing that. This one too is Spark Post. This one too is Canva. All right. So this one is Canva, and this one is not just the there's the graphic aspect and there's the video aspect downwards. That's why you see this video button here. This button right here. Okay. All right. So the practical demonstration, the last aspect of our teaching. So our teaching would cover, the practical aspect will cover understanding these different tools, one after the other, redesigning, redesigning my own flyers for you to see how I was able to design them, and you can learn from it. So also learning from other templates that are available on the different apps. Okay, then designing logos, then lastly class project. Thank you for your time.